mile, turn right onto Meadowlark Glen Lane.
We are one church at two locations. And I get the question a lot of times, why G3? Well, there's three G's because we are a people that first we gather to celebrate God and His work in our lives. We're people that grow in our relationship with Jesus through small group study called growth groups and our own personal study of the Bible. And we're also a people who goes out to be His hands and feet. We come here not to hide from the world, but rather to prepare ourselves to be God's hands and feet in our hurting world. So we are so glad you're here this morning. We are just ecstatic what God is doing in this place. And I want to encourage all of us to go ahead and take those connection cards out. You should probably have one by now. I think the ushers will hand them out. And if you'll go ahead and fill that out. And if you're a part of our community, all you have to do is put your name and your email address. And if you're not, if this is your first time coming, we want to go ahead and encourage you to go ahead and fill out as much information as you're comfortable with. Don't worry, we're not going to harass you too much. We do want you to know that we do care. I just want to send you a gift. And after the end of our service this morning, I will be at the Welcome Center out here, around to your right, my left. And we want to give you a free book to help you in your journey with God. And to give me a chance to meet you and talk with you further. Well, a few other things. We have a mission right now. One of our Go mission projects is we're collecting items for our prison ministry. You just hear about now. Go ahead and bring that next week. That would be wonderful. Let me make sure we covered everything here.
Around here, we're more interested in rubbing shoulders with people who have made plain mistakes than we are in standing next to people who pretend they haven't. In other words, here, we're more interested in equipping you to live in the real world, a world that God created and loves, than we are in creating a Christian bubble. And
greater things have yet to come, and greater things are still to be done in this city. We proclaim that this morning.
With the Lord of creation, of the creation.
Greater things are still to be done in this city. Still to be done here. Know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted in the earth. Greater things are yet to come. Great is the Lord.
And greatly to be praised.
Is your name Keegan? Yes, hi Keegan. Very cool. Okay, well, we're going to start this morning and we're going to stand up and we're going to sing. I'm going to start the music and it's going to be on the screen. We're going to cut the light out so we can see the screen, and I want you to all sing loud, okay?
Hi. Are you having fun? Good. It looks like lots of fun things. So how much of this was in here to begin with, or what did y'all take over?
Anyway, the only thing that was in here was these tables that are back behind these screens here.
Okay, so y'all brought all...
Very judgmental, very critical. This is what I'm going to say, but I'm going to hide how my real life is.
Christians are viewed as stuck up or righteous.
Not long ago in California, an elderly woman was shopping at a grocery store, and she came out. She comes out of the grocery store and she sees 4 young men get into her car. Now, she was a tough lady, and she was prepared for this. So she did it wrong sometimes to gain it right. Well, David Kinman, in his study, he asked the question, which we asked him this morning. He asked the question to 18 to 29-year-olds, what do you think about the church? What do you think about Christians? Now guess. Now you made some guesses. I'm going to come over here. By the way, we did some careful handwriting analysis, so we know who wrote what. I kid. As you can tell, Bob did not consider himself a Christian. His aunt was. And after some time, once he got a new job, a new vocation, she decided to end the relationship. Now, what did Bob do? Was he a drug smuggler? Worked for the mafia? A hitman? No. Bob was an engineer at Lockheed Martin, designing satellites. Good question. So what are we supposed to do? Well, it all comes down to the word judge in the Greek. Now, just... All right, Brian, you want to go ahead and come over here, just do one curl, and you can prove to us that you are as strong according to G3 standards. Let's get one curl in. Just one. Yeah, no, by the way, our insurance probably does not cover weightlifting and worship. I just have a feeling that's the case. All right, Brian, well, I appreciate the try. Thank you. The Bible or with our strengths. Rather, let's come together and confess that we all are broken and need to be healed by our loving Savior. Joe was homeless, and he was looking, I thought, he was looking for a handout. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and give him a gift card and go ahead and send him on his way after the prayer. But that's not what Joe wanted. Joe wanted to sit down and talk with me. So he sat down in my office, and Joe shared with me his life story. How he was a young man who was kicked out of the house and he was forced to live in a tent. And he had no access to a shower, and therefore he couldn't get a job. As we launch this new G3 community, my hope and prayer is that we can be a church for people like Joe.
Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes.